it's Tree, and today I'm gonna make a delicious pot pie soup. And this is a perfect recipe when your soul needs a little soothing. It's creamy, it's warming, it's nourishing. This is a medical medium recipe, all organic, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, and fat-free. This is a brain saver recipe. It's also a liver rescue recipe. So good when you're needing some really healing nourishment, and it's just made with some potatoes and lots of really delicious veggies and herbs. Let me show you what's going on and get to making. These are the ingredients for the pot pie soup. I have 1 1/2 cup of sliced carrots, 1 cup of chopped celery, 1 cup of finely chopped onion, 6 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of dulse flakes, Atlantic dulse flakes, might I add, 1 1/2 tablespoons of fresh thyme, a 1/2 tablespoon of fresh rosemary, 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 1 bay leaf, a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 6 cups of chopped yellow organic potatoes, 4 cups of the amazing liver rescue broth, and 1 cup of frozen peas. Now that the veggies are prepped, I'm gonna go ahead and get to cooking this yummy soup. You'll need a large non-stick ceramic pot. My ceramic pots are not quite big enough to cook this soup, so I'll be using a stainless steel pot, and I have extra of the liver rescue healing broth that I'll be adding in so that the veggies don't stick to the base while I'm cooking. Now keep in mind, you can always use water. It's just that this liver rescue broth really provides a richer flavor, and the store-bought vegetable broths just have a lot of hidden ingredients there that aren't super healing. So I'm always a big fan of this liver rescue broth. I'll leave the video below on how to make it. Highly encourage you to make it, freeze the extra, and pull out, whatever you need when you're ready to cook with it, because it's definitely one of my favorites, and it's always on hand here in our kitchen. So I'm gonna turn the stovetop on to medium-high heat and add in a bit of my liver rescue broth. Along with the celery. Carrots. And onion. And I'm gonna cook this for 7 minutes, so I'm gonna set the timer, stirring periodically. You just want the veggies to be soft. All right, so now adding in the garlic, and I'm gonna let this cook for another 2 minutes, stirring it all together. Now adding in the potatoes, onion powder, garlic powder, dulse flakes, paprika, fresh rosemary, and thyme, along with the bay leaf and the liver rescue broth. gonna stir it all together. Turn this down to a simmer and cook for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna turn it down, stirring periodically. And leave it uncovered. While this is cooking over here, I'll be stirring it periodically. I have another small pot on the stove. I'm gonna turn it on. I have 3 inches of filtered water in there, and I neglected to mention there's 6 cups of diced potatoes in this recipe. The first 3 cups went into the big pot to get cooking. The other 3 cups I have in a steamer basket. I'll be steaming these separate. So once the water is boiling, I'll be putting them into the boiling water, letting them steam until nice and tender, and then removing them from heat. Water's boiling, so putting my potatoes in, putting my lid on, and keeping an eye on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the steamed potatoes and pull them from the stove, remove them from the pot, and I'm letting the other stuff cook a little bit longer. You want the onions and the potatoes especially to be soft. So keep an eye on that. You know, your stove might operate at a different temp or something. So I'm gonna let them go for another 10 minutes, and next you'll need a Vitamix to blend some of this together and then reheat. So I went ahead and cooked this for 30 minutes with the lid off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off, remove it from heat. I was waiting until the potato texture was a good texture. And now I'm gonna strain it and keep the veggies, of course. Strain the liquid. I'm gonna use the liquid to blend with the other steamed potatoes in the Vitamix, and then I'm gonna mix them all back together and add the final ingredients and enjoy this soup. Willow's here, she's creeping.
I'm so excited because back in the day, I loved a pot pie. So I have been so excited for this soup. I cannot wait.
So I've got my Vitamix. I've got the steamed potatoes. This is 3 cups of steamed potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and pour them in. And I strained off the liquid that was cooking with the other veggies. And it's pretty hot. It smells delicious.
It smells seriously like I want to eat it right now.
Well, it'll burn your tongue. I'm making a mess. Oh gosh.
Woo, I gotcha.
Okay. So then I'm gonna just blend this together, add it to the rest of the ingredients, and we're gonna have a yummy meal. So adding this back into the original pot, and then adding in the creamed version. Oh my gosh, looks so good. Reminds me of the potato chowder we made at Pixie Retreat, which was also fat-free. This is just a different level of healing going on right here. I'm gonna take this back to the stove and add in the last bits of ingredients. So now I'm adding in the peas. They're still a little bit frozen. You'll want them to be warm. The lemon juice. And the sea salt, which is always optional. If you're really looking to heal, omit the sea salt. I'm gonna turn this on to a low simmer and get it ready to dive in. Here's Willow again.
Hey everyone, here I am to give this a try. Like I said, pot pies were a childhood favorite, and I'm so excited. This kitchen just smells so good. Can you see what's going on in here? There's peas, carrots, potatoes.
The fresh herbs are really what's popping in what you can smell, I think. Now, this is a medical medium recipe, so the salt is always optional. It's always also very light, and we use sea salt. So you could always go heavier on the sea salt if you weren't cleansing. I think it would really enhance the flavor, but otherwise it's really yummy.
It's really yummy. I mean, if we weren't cleansing, I would definitely put some more salt in here. But I have to say that it's really yummy with this very, 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 very minimal. I mean, what did you do? Like half a teaspoon for this entire, which is probably what, like 5 servings?
It depends on how hungry
Like
you
4
are.
servings?
Well, he says 3, but you know, I guess you could eat a lot of it, and we will.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
This is so good, and I'm so hungry.
Get you some.